I'm going to revisit a topic that I posted about last year. Not sure exactly how long ago it was, but I remember I posted about this back in 2024. It was about getting a second opinion, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it again because it's very, very important. So let me tell you guys about something that happened recently. This is going back 2 Saturdays ago. So 2 Saturdays ago, I went into a Firestone auto shop, and I tried to see if they could look at my air conditioner because my air conditioner was having problems. My air conditioner in my car, it was having problems, so I went in there and I asked if they could look at it. They said, we're not going to be able to look at it today, but one of the employees there was nice, and he set up an appointment for me. He actually gave me a discount for applying for their credit card. So I was able to get a discount set up and have that put on the invoice. So he sets up an appointment for me for the next day, for Sunday. He says, yeah, we can look at the air conditioner then. So Sunday morning comes, I get a call and a voicemail that says that the technician that does the air conditioning work, on the voicemail, another employee left a voicemail that said the technician that does the air conditioning work is sick and is not in today, so we cannot look at the air conditioner today. We can't look at it. And so he said, just call me and we'll reschedule. Okay, also, so let's go back to the day before that. I forgot to mention this. So on Saturday, after scheduling the appointment, my driver's side headlight goes out again. And a few weeks back, in late July, I had the headlight bulb replaced because the bulb had went out. So I had it replaced several weeks back at the end of last month. And then 2 Saturdays ago, it goes out again. So I'm like, what the fuck? So the bulb goes out again. The bulb goes out after I scheduled the appointment so I scheduled the appointment so on Saturday I scheduled an appointment for the next day for Sunday. And then later that day on Saturday, the bulb goes out again. So, and like I already explained, the employee from Firestone calls me up saying, yeah, the technician that does the air conditioning work is going to be in. Give me a call. And we'll reschedule. So I called back. I called them, and I said, yeah, well, my headlight went out not long after I scheduled the appointment, so I'm going to have you guys look at that. And he's like, all right, that's fine. He's like, oh, I'll write that down. And he's like, and I said, all right, so why don't we do tomorrow at 11? And he's like, all right, we can do 11. So next day comes, I go in there on Monday, the next day. I get in there, they look at the air conditioning. So it was there, I left it there for several hours. They look at the air conditioning, they refueled it with the coolant or whatever it is, they recharged it, and that cost me a little over $200, 220 something I think, and that was after the discount thing. So it would have been close to 300 enough for that discount. Yeah, big, ridiculous. So I ended up, $220 something I can look at. So yeah, they took care of that. This is the thing. This is where it really got ridiculous. So they looked at the headlight because I told them the headlight was out, and then the guy, that same guy that I left the voicemail, I think it was the same guy. The same guy again. He said, yeah, so it's going to cost $134 to change the light bulb, the headlight bulb. And I was like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, we gotta take it out of there, take it apart, put it in. That's how much we're charging. And I was like, oh, a place I went to a few weeks ago only charged me like around $30. And he was like, yeah, that's how much we're charging. I think what it was they were charging me for like a full half hour or hour of labor. But the thing is, yeah, there was no way I was gonna roll over and pay that. I was like, no, don't do it. I'll just take it back. I'll take it over to the place that I got the bulb changed out. I'll take it to the other place that I already had changed it. And he was like, okay. So I didn't have him do it. Didn't have him do it because I wasn't gonna pay $134 for it. And like, well, when I know that the other place wasn't gonna charge nearly as much to just to take care of it again. So this is the thing. So as I continue to explain this, okay, so yeah, it would have unraveled into an absolute total fucking mess if I had just went ahead and had them do it. But yeah, there was no way I was gonna pay that for a fucking bulb. So yeah, I said, don't do it. They're like, okay. So I go back over to the place that I had the bulb changed at a few weeks prior. They go and they look at because I went to a different place. I got a second opinion because I was like, yeah, I'll just go back to this place that I had a better experience at, and I know they're going to charge me less. So they go to put in the new bowl, they pull out the old bowl, and they say, oh, there's nothing wrong with the bowl. I don't know what's up. And it turned out that there was something wrong with like the whole like headlight piece. It was like causing it to flicker. So I needed new headlights anyway. So they're like, all right, we'll order those parts. They're about to do like 2 days. Call you. I get in there. They replace both headlight pieces. Good to go. And it was only around a couple $100 for the new headlights, and they look awesome. So this is what I was gonna say though about how if I had just rolled over and paid Firestone the $134, how it would have unraveled into a disaster. Because what would have happened was this is what would have happened if I had just paid Firestone to do it. They would have overcharged me. They would have charged me that ridiculous amount of money to replace the bowl. They would have replaced the bowl, or actually maybe they would have caught the issue. Maybe they would have been like, oh, this isn't working. But what could have ended up happening was they would have replaced the bowl. They would have charged me all that money to do it, and then the issue wouldn't have been fixed. So I would have been out $134 without the issue being fixed, and then I would have probably, I don't even know. Well, there was no way I was going to pay them to do that money to do the bowl. But if I had, and then I would have been screwed, and I guess I would have told them, I probably would have just still taken it back to the other place. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, I don't know what would have happened. You don't know what would have happened because you weren't going to fucking put yourself in that situation. So, maybe I would have ended up having them, seeing how much it would have cost to have the whole headlight replaced, but whatever. I'm just really glad that I didn't have them replace the bowl, because that wouldn't have fixed the problem, and then I would have still either had to have them or the place I ended up going to replace the whole headlight set. So, yeah, get a second opinion. When you know that it's bullshit, just go somewhere else. Like, I knew. I mean, if they were going to maybe if it was like 40 or 50 bucks, maybe I would have just been like, all right, because I would have wanted to go somewhere else. But no, there is no way in fucking hell I would spend over $100 to have a fucking bowl replaced. So stand up for yourself. Don't let these places screw you. Just go talk to another place, especially when like I knew that I was gonna get charged less by the other place. So so all in all, ended up having the other place take care of it. They fixed the issue. Brand new headlights. They did it really fast. They did it in only like 20 minutes. They did it so quickly. I was amazed. I posted a photo of the headlights on here. Some of you may have seen it, the photo. So that's taken care of. And now, and one of the guys there was really friendly. Everyone at that place I had headlights done at seemed nice. So now, and the owner was really cool. Him and I were talking about the Scorpions and Kiss. So so now I have a good place, mom and pop type place that I can go to. It's not like one of the big corporate names. It's just like a guy, a mechanic, an owner of a shop, just trying to run a business. So I can support this smaller business. I have a good connection. One of the mechanics there is cool. So kind of have an acquaintanceship there. So good. Now I know where to come back to. And I think, and the thing is that the guy, I told him about what happened at Firestone, and he said, Firestone went downhill over the years. I used to work there, and he also told me when I was there the first time at the shop, he said that he used to work for a Ford dealer, I think, and I think they did free work for him on his Ford vehicle. So so he said he worked at Ford. He said he worked at Firestone, and he was telling me that Firestone went downhill. So I don't think I'm going to bother at all with Firestone anymore. I mean, I just probably stick with like high-rated mom and pop stores, non-chains. It's just you gotta watch out. I mean, I've used National Tire and Battery before. I've used Davis, but just as long as I'd say just if you're looking for a shop, just look for good ratings on Google Maps. But just Firestone. I don't think I'm going to use them anymore. That really pissed me off when they're trying to get that kind of over $100 out of me for a free headlight bowl. So I've had some weird stuff happen at Davis. I posted about Davis a while back, about this guy wasting my time there and not getting back to me, and opening up the wrong part of the car to replace the part, and then not coming back. He was like, oh, I have to get my other technician to do it. I'll call you. Never fucking called me. And then that was at one Mavis location, and another Mavis location I had some weird things happen with Davis. It was a Mavis, in a different spot. He was telling me that to call me back at, they did some expensive brake work for me, and now I'm wondering if it really did need brake work, because they're like, oh, your brakes look like they need work. So I don't know, you hear about these places saying like, telling you, oh, we saw something wrong with the car with your vehicle, you better get that done, but they could just be lying to try to sell you something. I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's another thing. If you get told something like that, just go get a second opinion from someone else. Like if one place says, oh, it looks like you need some brake work done, go to a totally different place and tell them about what the other place said and see what they say. See if they're going to tell you the same. So yeah, it's just yeah, don't let yourself get fucked up like that. So there you go. I didn't roll over and pay that ridiculous amount. I went back to the place I already used. They took care of it. They fixed it. Brand new headlights at an affordable rate. They were even telling me just to go ahead and order the part myself on Amazon. That I can order it on Amazon and bring the parts in. There are places that I don't know how many places are still doing that. I think a good amount of places do it. You can order the part yourself, like on Amazon or wherever, and then or you can go to a parts store and buy it, and then you can just bring the part to the mechanic and have them put it in. I know there are places that say no, we don't let the customer bring in his own parts. We have to provide the parts ourselves. It's like it's because of liability issues, but you know, I've never done that, but that is a good way to save money. You order the part yourself, you buy the part yourself, you bring it in, and they put it and they install it for you. So there you go. Just yeah, get a second opinion. Get a second opinion. Get a second fucking opinion. Yeah, don't let yourself get screwed. So there you go. Just another example of how important that is to get a second opinion. So there you go. All right, guys. Click like, comment, follow. Yeah, tons more content coming. Got more memes coming. I'll put out more food. I'll release more food review content. It's just that I'm just struggling. I'm still struggling with mental health. Just trying to get through each day. Still trying to move on with my life. It's just hard. Just keeping stressed out. You know, just getting by. Just living is expensive. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, just doing the hotel life does get expensive. I was hoping that once I figure out where I'm going to stay permanently, that I can find a more affordable, you know, living situation. Even though I don't want to be locked down in a lease, I'm going to have to start asking around wherever. Once I find a place that I to stay at, you know, like hopefully out west soon, I'm just going to start looking around and see what I can do for like room rentals or apartments. I really don't want to rent a room in someone's house. Fuck that. But unless the situation has its own bathroom and own entrance, with that I wouldn't mind sharing a kitchen with someone. But my own bathroom, my own entrance, my own kitchen, that would be ideal. So yeah, I don't know, just got a lot to figure out. Okay, so yeah, click like, comment, follow.